Hey everyone, I'm Erin and welcome to the Cardboard Republic. This is a to-be-played video. A sad to-be-played video. So we're gonna talk about all the games we did or didn't play during the month of November and what we're hoping to get to the table in December. Let's start with what happened to November. Okay, so we played a ton of games in November. Let me just preface this with overall, through Extra Life and BGG Con, November was a very busy gaming month for us. Keep that in mind. Cytosis was our game of the month. This was a game about cell worker placement, but within a cell. So you're spending energy to do different things. We actually haven't gotten this game in yet. It's kind of taking its time on its way to us, so we weren't able to play this during the month of November, which is a bummer. Next is the co-op, The Lost Expedition. This is a game about searching the Amazon for a lost explorer, and it's totally my jam. Ryan played it though, and I didn't, because I don't play games. I don't even know why I'm here. No, but The Lost Expedition was really cool, and I liked the looks of it, and I wanted to play it, but I couldn't at the time. But it still counts though, because one of us played it, so I'm gonna give us a check for that one. Professor Evil and the Citadel of Time is another co-op game about kind of doing this weird heist to steal artifacts from an evil professor named Professor Evil. And anyway, our group loved this. It was another one that Ryan played. I swear I did play games in November. I just didn't play any of the ones I should have. Anyway, our group really liked this. I heard amazing things. So it's still on my list, but we're checking it off as our to be played. Folklore: The Affliction was the next one on our list. It's like a campaign-style dungeon crawly game with kind of like fairy tale characters. I don't know. It looks neat. We weren't able to play it though. I think our eyes were a little bit bigger than our gaming stomachs. I don't know. On this one. And so it just, because of the nature of a campaign game, we weren't able to have the consistent gaming times we needed for that. This month we had a lot of like really epic game sessions. So we played a lot of like bigger games and a lot of little filler games, but we didn't have a lot of our like normal weekly set meeting times. So games that involve playing one and then coming back a week later and playing another one weren't really viable for us this month. Role Player was our replay game. So that's a game that we've played before that we want to play again. I wanted to do this one because I really like Sagrada and I really didn't like Role Player the first time I played it. I think my expectations of what the game was supposed to be like just didn't meet what the game was. Not in that the game was bad or worse than what I thought, just it didn't match up. But I never got a chance to play this one this month. Neither did Ryan, so we can't check it off. It's still something I want to play, it just didn't happen. Oh. Boss Monster 2. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that I never had any intention of playing the game that we pulled as our card pull game of the month last month, but I never had any intention of playing Boss Monster 2. I'm sorry. I had sort of thrown this one at Ryan and said, it is all you, because it is just not my thing. It is not for me, and that's okay. Not every game is for every person. There are lots of other games that I really enjoy, and there are lots of people who probably love Boss Monster 2. Ryan never got to it though, and we're gonna actually put it back in the pile for our drawing at the end of this episode, so who knows, maybe we'll pull it again. Overall, you can see that is not a great track record for us. That's 2 out of 6 games. Like I said though, we did play a ton of other games. I don't know why, we just had so much trouble getting to the games that we actually like should have been playing. I think with BGG, we just didn't have a lot of these games with us, and you want to play stuff that you can't play at home. And these are all games that we have at home. And then for Extra Life, we kind of chose to use that time to play a lot of these really big, epic games that we normally don't have time for. So a lot of the games on this list that are either campaign style or maybe in that like 45-minute to 90-minute mix, we just didn't think of them for that event. So anyway, we didn't do so well in November, but I'm overall pretty satisfied with the games that we actually did get to the table. So I guess technically not a great month, but I'm still happy with everything that we did play. Let's look forward though. December is a month of holidays and events and family and friends and everything that is not necessarily gaming related. So we tried to keep our commitment a little bit on the shorter side, a little bit on the lighter side for December. Let's start with Bargain Quest. This is a game about running an item shop in like an RPG world. So there have been video games about this and there have been other board games about this, but it's always a theme that I'm really intrigued by. I love games that kind of look at this traditional fantasy game structure and kind of figure out like what was the infrastructure supporting this and examine that. So in this game, you are playing as the proprietor of an item shop. The catch is that you have to choose items that are going to draw in the right audience. So you have wizards who like spells and cats and adventurers of other kinds who just like to battle. I don't really know yet. Anyway, you have to put an item into the front of your shop into the window on display. That item has to draw in the right kind of customer so that the other stuff in your store ends up being sold, but you can't sell your display item. Overall, it looks like a really clever little game and I'm excited to get it to our table. Next up is Pulsar 2849. If you saw the haul video that we did earlier this month, we got a ton of space games in, like just a bunch of different games set in space. This is the one I'm probably most excited for because it has a lot of the things that I really like about exploration games. It has an aspect of discovery to it. It has an aspect of technology to it and discovering technology. I like it when you put those two things together even more than I like them separately. So we decided that Pulsar 2849 was going to be the best bet of those many space games to try to get to our table in December. I'll let you know how I like it. I'm really interested to see how it stacks up to like all of the other space games. And it's interesting too, how space is never a theme that really gets old. Like, zombies definitely got old, and Lovecraft/Cthulhu kind of got old, but space, I'm still 100% there for it. Harvest Dice is a much smaller game though. This is a little roll and write that we got just to see if I like roll and writes that aren't quicks, and I do actually. I really like Avenue and I really liked Roll for America, but anyway. So Harvest Dice is a roll and write about planting a garden. You have to roll some dice and then choose whether you want to plant the vegetables that you rolled or feed them to your pig, which is great. Always feed your pig. I don't know. You also have to take into account whatever the market value of those vegetables is that turn, so there is a little bit of a layer of complexity to it. Overall, though, it seems like this is going to be super fast and really easy to get to the table, so I'm hoping that we can do like, hey, come over, let's play this one really quick game and then the actual game that you came here for, and knock this one out really fast. Next is another garden game, oddly enough. There were only like 10 of them and I managed to find 2 to put in this one video. I don't know. So Samurai Gardener is like a speed-based honshu. You are still collecting these multifaceted cards and building with them in ways that they overlap to try to make different areas, but you have to do it under some pretty real time pressure. It looks really cool. I like it. There's like a dexterity component to it. Ryan sighed deeply when I chose this game because anything that has any kind of dexterity component he hates on principle. But I am going to give it a try. I really liked Honshu, and I haven't played a dexterity game in quite a while, so we'll see how it goes. For our replay game, we chose the Arkham Horror LCG. So this is the Fantasy Flight living card game, collectible card game, whatever you want to. It's the one where they keep releasing packs that you have to buy. So it's set in the world of Lovecraft, in the world of Arkham Horror and Eldritch Horror. You actually have some of the same characters, and I've heard really, really good things about this LCG. I know that we've played it once or twice, like back when it first came out, because I love Arkham Horror, in case you didn't know, in case I haven't said it, like, recently. I love it so much as a game that obviously I grabbed this as soon as I could, but then we sort of just fell out of playing it. We didn't have a lot of time to devote to it. I really want to get it back to the table because people who I really respect have told me that I will like it. And so I'm gonna try. I did like it before. I guess that's kind of not entirely true. Like, I really liked it before. We just could never quite get it going on a steady basis. We're gonna give it another shot over the holidays when we have some time off and have a little bit more of a relaxed schedule. We'll see how it goes. Okay. This is our card bowl, so I'm going to shuffle Boss Monster 2 back in and then draw a card from this stack. Whatever card I draw is a game that we are going to try our best to play and then review during the month of December or shortly thereafter. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's see what we got. Exile Sun. Exile Sun. Sorry, we had to stop and go look this up because it's a game we haven't really thought about in a while. This was an imported title that I've heard good things about. It seems very, very strategic and a much heavier game than most of the other things on our list. I tried to look into it a little bit, and from what I could see, it incorporates pretty much every aspect of a tactical, strategic, battle-ish war game that you can think of. There's like a card draft, there's worker placement, there is everything. There is everything in this game. It says that it takes all of the best parts of those mechanics and brings them together in one title. We'll see. I am always a little hesitant when games try to do too much because you can do a lot of things pretty poorly when you spread yourself too thin. But I have heard that this game does it well, and so we're gonna give it a try. Like I said, it's much heavier than a lot of the other things that we picked on this list. And we kind of picked a relatively light list since it's December, and there's a lot going on outside of the gaming world. But we will definitely try to get Exile Sun to the table. Maybe it's one we can play after I trick everyone to come over with Harvest Dice. And I'm like, here, let's play this game about feeding your pig. And then, oh, okay. And also this epic space strategy game. Boom. And then I won't have any friends left, which means fewer Christmas presents to buy. So that is my plan for December. We have lots of gaming to get to the table. Pun intended-ish. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop now because I'm just gonna keep going because I'm trying to wrap my brain around Exile Sun. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button down below and let us know what games you are hoping to play in December or what games you're hoping to get in for the holidays. I know it's a time of year when people can maybe get some purchases that they don't get at other times, so we would love to hear what you're hoping to get to your table. Also, you can check us out over on Patreon if you like what we're doing, and make sure you check out cardboardrepublic.com. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on BGG, we're on Instagram, we're everywhere. You can find us in all of those places. We will see you again really soon. Bye!